Leading human rights group Amnesty International says Afghan President Hamid Karzai and his chief election rival Abdullah Abdullah must stop their supporters from intimidating journalists and monitors reporting on allegations of fraud during the country's recent presidential elections. Since the polls, Amnesty has received evidence of at least 20 cases of intimidation, harassment, and violence against Afghan journalists and media organizations. Amnesty has also received reports of intimidation and harassment against electoral workers and election monitors by Afghan government officials and affiliates of powerful candidates. Amnesty's Sam Zarifi said, quote, "Millions of Afghan women and men cast their votes on August 20th despite the serious insecurity and the threats by the Taliban and armed groups. All candidates, and in particular the top contenders, Karzai and Abdullah, have to show that they are committed to following Afghan law and basic human rights, such as the media's freedom to report." Amnesty's allegations come as the U.S. envoy to Afghanistan this past weekend acknowledged what he termed widespread fraud in the country's election. Meanwhile, a member of a UN-backed panel set up to investigate complaints of fraud in Afghanistan's presidential election has resigned, blaming the interference of foreigners in a setback to attempts to restore legitimacy to the electoral process. Malavi Mustafa Barakzia, one of only 2 Afghans on the Electoral Complaints Commission, says that the 3 foreigners on the panel, 1 Canadian, 1 Dutch, and 1 from the United States, were making all decisions on their own without consultation. The panel is expected to decide how many votes to throw out, a decision that could force a runoff between President Karzai and Abdullah.